What's up, everyone? A house meeting took place and Kyle made a confession to the entire house. Plus, is this the end of Kyle in Big Brother 24? We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Alright folks, now right before we get started, if you haven't already and you want quick, concise and fun Big Brother videos on your YouTube feed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I would love to get to 19,000 subscribers, that would be absolutely amazing. We just hit 18, so please hit it. Please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button and the bell icon to get notified every single time a brand new upload goes live. That's like, subscribe, bell, 3 buttons, thanks. Okay gang, we'll jump right into the live feed updates. Now we'll talk about the veto ceremony because we of course know that Michael won his 5th power of veto and he decided to use it on his ride or die, Brittany. Now Brittany came down and guess who went up, folks? Y'all have been waiting for this one. Turner decided to nominate Kyle for eviction. It may look like game set match right now. A checkmate situation. And I'm glad. On a personal level, I'm very glad. I'm not a fan of Kyle. I'm looking forward to Thursday night. It's going to be something to celebrate. Because Kyle is most likely going home. He was told, obviously everything's transpired. If you all have missed out, I'll give a brief explanation of what's basically been happening. Kyle's microaggressions and kind of how his game has been rooted with thoughts and feelings of racism has actually been exposed to the house, and as a result that word spread around and the house turned on him and they're gonna vote him out this week. He spent ages in the diary room, probably about 3 or 4 hours the other day, and the rumour was that he was trying to self-evict, but I think he was talked down and now he's just going to be evicted on Thursday, which I am happy about. I think if you've done something like that, you've got to remember, and we're taught this, all of us are taught this from being young, or at least I hope you were, that our actions have consequences, right? So if he's going to do that, he has to walk out and he has to face the audience no matter what their reaction is, even though CBS tells them to cheer and what have you. If people boo, you have to be prepared to face that and you have to answer every single question that Julie throws at you. There's probably going to be a lot of people right now, as there always is, and it's always those people who always go that we're all being woke and stuff like that. I mean, you can't really take them seriously as soon as they say that, because the majority of people who say that are dinosaurs stuck in the past. So before you all say Kyle's never done this, Kyle's never done that, I've got something for you, all right? That is going to wipe that away from all of y'all, because the folks who've been going, Kyle's not like this, Kyle's not like that, Kyle's admitted himself. Can't be defending him now, can you? Kyle's admitted himself. So for all of y'all who have actually stood up for justice and stood up for holding people accountable, well done for you, because I respect it fully. I don't agree in cancel culture or anything like that, but holding people accountable for their actions is important, and Kyle has acknowledged himself during a house meeting. There was talk that went on basically regarding a house meeting that we didn't see on the live feeds, and as a result people are kind of sorry guys, I'm looking at my updates as we speak, and there was a lot of talk of what actually went down basically, and there was apparently everybody got together and aired out all the feelings, and it sounds like Kyle actually did admit this, because this is a quote from Monty when the feeds were on. Monty was talking to Terence. I think by him taking these steps and by him admitting in front of the living room, I think my thoughts were rooted in race. And Terence said, you told him you have got to admit your truth and you can't dance around what you know is your truth. So Kyle admitted in front of everybody that his thoughts were indeed rooted in race, and that's the first step. Pardon me, guys. Sorry, I just choked there. That's the first step, right? In exactly what Monty said there. It's about acknowledging what you've said is wrong, and how you've got your biases and how you've came across with these microaggressions and what have you, and it's acting upon that and making those steps to better yourself and educate yourself. And people are saying like more and more often. And I'll be the first to put my hand up. I've learned so much over the past couple of years, especially after the cookout. Especially as a white person with white privilege, I have learned a lot that I didn't learn before, and I just think it's incredibly important for all white people to educate themselves on these matters because, in my opinion, right, and this is just my opinion, and you know what, I strongly believe in this as well. I don't think you should get to the age of 30 like Kyle is and be acting like that. It's our duty as people ourselves to educate ourselves and understand the masses. Of course, as the generations get older, it tends to be the case that people don't educate themselves. So I'm just going to say to anybody out there, whether you are young, old, whoever, I am incredibly proud of you, and I think it's great if you're out here educating yourself and trying to understand these matters more, because when you don't make that effort and when you sit by and when you don't try to understand things from another perspective but your own, you are then part of the problem. We don't want to be remembered for being on the wrong side of history, right? We want to be on the right side. We want to be moving forward and giving equality and fairness to everybody, and that's how it works. And a lot of the house guests have done that, but equally a lot haven't, and Kyle is one of them. So it's I truly believe it's upon ourselves to learn and understand these matters, because the way in Big Brother in the past, the way in which black people have been treated, is quite frankly horrible. It's always just get the black person out really, really early and we'll make this all-white alliance, and yet everybody kicks up a storm when 6 black people come together to make the cookout, but nobody kicked up a storm when an all-white alliance happened. In Big Brother 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. Wow, right? But then then the cookout's made in 23 and there's an uproar. Something wrong there. So if you understand it and you are trying your best to make sure you educate yourself, good on you. And if not, please, I implore you to just try and educate yourself just like that, because now there's no excuse, right? There is absolutely no excuse whatsoever. Carlos came out in front of the living room himself and said, right there, I think my thoughts were rooted in race. So for those of you who are saying it's not the case, you're being woke, there you go. You're proven wrong. Okay, looking at the votes now, of course, it's 5 votes this week, which means 3 is the magic number. And we are kind of looking at a situation in which we've got Michael, we've got Brittany, and we've got Monty, who are most definitely, or most very likely, unless something goes crazily wrong, voting out Kyle. Even Alyssa is looking like she's going to be jumping ship. Terrence has been making the push to try and keep Kyle around. And people ain't happy about that, but I don't think Terrence is going to get traction. Just on a game level I'm talking about here, I really don't think he's going to get traction at all, because even if Kyle's girlfriend's going against him, then I really don't think there's that much hope. The only scenario in which Kyle has voted out the door this week, it's as if Terrence, Alyssa and Monty vote Taylor out. And that's not going to happen, right? I think Monty at one point was wavering or whatever, but I don't think it's serious. Monty's loyal to Taylor. And yeah, he is. I really think he is. I think he wants to go far with Taylor. But there it is, folks. It's most likely going to be Kyle leaving on Thursday night. So I guess this is your pre-warning to get stocked with good food, snacks, some nice drinks, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, whatever your fancy is, and prepare for the hashtag Kyle eviction party on Thursday night. In other news, folks, I want to give a huge congratulations to Taylor. She has won E! News' reality TV star of the year. That is huge. She has beaten out the likes of Kim Kardashian. Of course, even if you don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I don't, you still know who she is because she makes headlines all the time. And Taylor has came through and beat her, as well as a whole host of other people off Love Island, all that kind of random stuff. But anyway, a massive congratulations to her for that. She deserves it after what she's gone through in the house this year. It's been more than just kind of being on the outs from the game. She was put out on a On a personal level, you know, we saw she was ostracised in those early days, but she came through like the shining light she is, and she's hustled every single damn week, and she's still there, and hopefully she's still going to be there come Thursday night. But yes, congratulations to Taylor for that. That's huge. Massive well done. Now, the big question on everybody's lips is the edit actually going to show what went down? Because we know that there has been a lot of controversial issues over the past entire time that CBS refused to put in the show for some weird reason. It's Big Brother, in my opinion. In fact, you know what? Screw that, in my opinion. Take that away. It's Big Brother. The whole concept of the show is that we see everything that happens, right? That's where it stemmed from, all the way back to, I haven't read the book, but 1984 by George Orwell. I'm sure a lot of you know about it and have read it. The whole concept is about surveillance, and it's about watching people, and you see every single move. I mean, I'll just talk about my experience with Big Brother UK. If somebody did something bad on the show, if it was somebody saying something that's really out of line, like something sexist, something racist, something homophobic, something whatever, or if somebody, I don't know, did something inappropriate physically or whatever like that, they would be called out. They would be called to the diary room, and they would be warned in front of the cameras, and we would see it. CBS, for some weird-ass reason, continue to ignore everything bad that happens, and they just want to make this a Happy Land TV show where nothing bad happens, but that's not the case in life or Big Brother. Stop trying to make it a kid show. It's like... I don't know. It just to me, it's almost patronising and offensive and condescending to the viewers at the fact the live feed people know what's going on, and they continue to ignore it and not show it. And now that, you know, obviously Turner's done a 180, having put Kyle on the block, and Kyle is going to be voted out this week, they're going to have to somehow go from the winner's edit that they were giving Kyle to, he's heading to jury house this week, and they should show what has happened. Not try and hide it, not try and protect it, because that's what has happened. It's life, right? Don't hide what's happened, right? Use this as a moment to educate people. Use this as a moment to encourage people to educate themselves. And do you know what? The crappiest thing is as well, I have the littlest faith that they're actually going to show what happened. It's really, really depressing that they continue to try and edit this show like it's a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party, and as I said, incredibly condescending and offensive to the dedicated viewers that actually know what's happening in the house. Now, Terence did try to spend some time trying to educate Kyle, making him understand things a little bit more, and, you know, Kyle, you can tell Kyle was not enjoying yesterday. You could tell he was having a tough day, and it's hard for me to say I feel sorry for him, because obviously you don't want to see anyone upset at all, but Kyle doesn't realise that the fact his actions have made people upset, right? And the results of his views, his unacceptable views, are unacceptable to so many people and have made them feel crappy, both inside the house and as viewers. As I said, as a white person coming from a place of white privilege, I can only understand it to a certain extent, but I can understand for other people it must be even more difficult to have to sit there and watch the way Kyle acts. But I'm doing my best to try and understand it as well as I can, and to use my platform to educate people as well as I can as well. And, you know, Kyle continues to say the likes of things, you know, like he's from Utah and he's never been exposed to these kind of peoples and cultures, but I don't think that's an excuse. It's like what I talked about at the beginning of this video. It's up to you as the person to educate yourself, not where you are from, not who your mum is, not who your dad is, not who your uncle, your auntie, your dog, whoever is, not how old you are. It's up to you as the person to educate yourself. I will say that again. It is up to you. Not any kind of external influence. It is up to you to educate yourself. You should not allow yourself to get to the age of 30 and think that those views are acceptable, right? So using things like I was born in Utah and I've never been exposed to those kind of things, it's up to you to expose yourself to those kind of things, right? Because otherwise you're going to be stuck in a constant cycle going round and round and round where your views are outdated, prehistoric, and quite frankly microaggressive and, like Monty said, rooted in race. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. Please show some support today. I need this because I know for a fact, having talked about such deep issues, there is going to be quite a lot of fools in the comment section, and probably quite a lot of racists in the comment section as well. I'm not saying this is all about me, but it does help when I can get a little bit of support on top of those a-holes. Let's filter them out, folks. Let's push them to the back, because their views are irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. There's no place for racism or inequality here at TV Talks with Tom. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single last one of you. Have a wonderful week, everybody. I hope everybody's had a great start to the week. I hope that everybody's staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.